We have many pictures and portraits of Jesus. Most of the pictures that we see of Jesus have a face, Jesus' face, meek and humble of heart. Some of the pictures show the face of Jesus serious or praying. Some of the pictures show the face of Jesus suffering, as in the 14 Stations of the Cross, or in the portrait of the scourging at the pillar or crowned with thorns. Have you seen pictures of Jesus smiling? There are, very rare. Have you seen the face of Jesus, pictures of Jesus where the face is angry? Hardly. Not many of them. And yet, when we read the Gospels, we find that Jesus was many times angry. There are many an occasion when Jesus was angry. Jesus never lost his temper. To be angry is one thing, to lose one's temper is something else. When you lose your temper, you get angry without you knowing it, and you are not able to control yourself. That is losing one's temper. That was not the case with Jesus. Many times Jesus willfully and purposely got angry. And he expressed his anger by his look, by the words he spoke, by the harsh words he spoke, and the actions, sometimes even violent actions. That was a planned anger of Jesus. And this planned anger of Jesus is what we are hearing these 3 days, yesterday, today, and tomorrow also. Particularly the words that come out of this planned anger. These 3 days, the key words in the gospel reading is, "Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, you hypocrites." These are the key words repeated. Do you think Jesus was smiling when he said these words? Certainly not. These passages, particularly these words, tell us what sins Jesus hated most. What sins Jesus was very upset about, and whose sins Jesus was very upset about, whose sins he hated most. Of course, in the time of Jesus, as in our own time, there were many sinners. And these sinners, what sins did they commit? Robbing? Murdering? Adultery? Yes, all that and more. Did Jesus meet any of those sinners who committed adultery, murdered, robbed? Sure, he met many of them. In fact, there was a crowd always with him. They were sinners. And how did Jesus deal with them? He was very kind to them. He spoke very kind words. We never see anywhere in the gospel Jesus scolding them. They were known as the friends of Jesus. There was always a crowd of sinners who were friends of Jesus. Jesus never shouted at them, "Woe to you, robbers, murderers, adulterers, and prostitutes." He never shouted. He never said that. The sinners, knew that they had sinned. And they had acknowledged their sins. But the scribes and Pharisees, they knew, in the heart of heart, they knew that they had sinned. But they covered it up, covered their sins, or tried to cover up their sins by many rituals and external pious behavior. They thought they could cover themselves with rituals and pious behavior. And thus, they tried to pose themselves as holy religious leaders. And the scribes and Pharisees even criticized Jesus for being friendly with the sinners. That was the sin of the scribes and the Pharisees, namely hypocrisy. And that angered Jesus. That was the thing that upset Jesus most. And that's why he cries out, "Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, you hypocrites." Brothers, these words are addressed to us, addressed to all religious leaders, addressed to all lay leaders in the church, and addressed to you those who are aspiring to be leaders. Of course, there is a special reference to priests and religious. We cannot escape that. Special reference to priests and religious. The condemnation, woe to you. The condemnation is not being a religious leader. The condemnation is for being a hypocrite. Brothers, the words of Jesus are really quite harsh. And yet, even these words, these harsh words, are a call to conversion, especially for us priests and religious. A call for us to look into ourselves, to have an introspection and identify the forms of hypocrisy, hypocritical behavior in ourselves, and take remedial steps to change our lives. So I ask you today, please pray for us, particularly pray for us priests and religious, and pray for all religious leaders of all religions, and all secular leaders, all political leaders, that all those who are called to be leaders in church or society or world at large may be what they project themselves to be, and that all the leaders may also find a place in the company of the friends of Jesus.